Anything goes with Alex and Dan. This the podcast that you need. You just gotta tune in. Let's go. Anything goes. A couple of guys that keep the convo popping. Intellectual, thought-provoking, interesting, and sometimes joking. Sharing their opinions. Join in and listen. Let's go. All about connection. You really just don't know what you're missing. Anything goes with Alex and Dan. Let's go.
All echoey.
No, you sound a lot better. What'd you do?
I switched the input.
What was it before, your camera?
Yeah. I'm new to this shit.
No, man. I knew it sounded. I never thought about your camera. Actually, I thought it would be. I just knew it sounded bad, and I was like, or not bad,
Yeah.
but just not what it sounds like.
No, it sounded bad.
Yeah, you sound great now, to be honest. But
Yeah, because look at me.
yeah.
You look at me and you listen to me, and it's just great.
I did just receive a picture of Gus's nuts, so we're gonna have to talk about them. They look super salty and
Perfect.
brown, a little wrinkly even. Definitely look tasty.
Oh yeah,
a little normal sized. So
I like a good salty nut.
What are your favorite nuts?
My actual favorite nut is a cashew. Oh my god, it's so close to the cashew or pistachio.
Ooh.
But it has to be a pistachio. Like I gotta get the bag that's already fucking shelled.
You can't unshell it.
I mean I could.
You're able to, but you just don't like to, right?
It's like $2 extra, and it's so worth buying it because
I
you can
hate
just
it.
take giant handfuls and just
I don't because
fucking
I find
nuts in your mouth.
I find myself eating too much if I get the unshelled. Like the extra work tells me that I shouldn't eat the entire bag in one sitting. So I like to put the salty nut in my mouth, like the whole thing, the shell and all, and then
Yeah, the
crack
shell and all.
and then do all that. That's what I love that. I mean, shit.
You know, my absolute favorite thing that is not around here is a boiled peanut. I've had boiled peanuts every time I've gone to Florida, and it is the best damn thing.
It's
so good.
When I took my first trip to Tennessee, we stopped at a gas station and they were selling some there. I didn't like it, but maybe they were just a bad one, and I never really gave it a full chance.
Oh, it's very it's like you either hate it, you just don't like it, or you fucking love it like drugs. That's 100%.
What if you've never had drugs? What could you
Have you never had drugs?
Do you consider weed a drug?
I do.
Then
That's
yeah.
what I've had a definitely years long of weed smoking. I do
Really?
not do that no more.
No,
Oh yeah, I used to be a huge pothead.
Napa will fuck us. I'm shit. I shouldn't have said
Now,
that.
yeah, I don't
Work.
smoke weed now.
Yeah, work probably. You know, the one, like, I haven't smoked since the last time I smoked. I think I was with my dad before he passed, and I haven't smoked since. But I tried edibles. I tried them last Christmas, and I think I told you the story, but we'll tell it for the podcast's sake.
I don't think you did.
I tried
don't
edibles
remember.
for the first time ever in my entire life. Okay. And they were rock candy. And I had been we went to, Bar Louie in Flint, right?
I do.
Yeah. So we went there. I had 2 Coronas. Bam. Just 2 Coronas, and I was good. Like, I could drive, like, all that. I'm good to go. Get back to the house. We go out to the barn where it's just like big barn. We go out there, have a party. We were playing beer pong, stuff like that. And I started making Jack and Cokes. And they were good ones. 2 or 3, 4 later, I'm, kind of a little lit. And
Nice
my
and
sister-in-law,
strong.
yeah, my sister-in-law was like, "Hey, I got some edibles," and I was like, "Fuck it, I've never tried it. Let's do it." So I ate one, and it was like a big piece because I'm not thinking grams intake. I'm just thinking a piece of candy.
Yeah. Ooh, piece of candy.
Yeah, ooh, piece of candy. And I I ate it, and then like 15 minutes later, I was like, I don't feel anything. So then I went and got another one. And oh my God, I was so crossfaded that I vomited everywhere. I physically could not stand up. Dead winter, I had to stand outside because I was so hot, and I passed out.
I have a very similar story. In a way. Well, it was cookies instead of rock candy.
Mhm.
So I used to work at Applebee's, and I used to work with this guy, and he was pretty much my go-to weed seller. And he's like, "Hey man, I made some cookies," and blah blah blah. And I was like, I've never had edibles, so sure, why not?
Yeah.
And I kind of figured they'd be nasty. They were so good. I bought like 4 of them, right?
my God.
And I closed the restaurant down, went home. He came over for a little bit, and he gave me the cookies, and he's like, they're made with there's a lot. Like, don't eat them all. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I end up sitting down, I'm watching something, I eat like a half a cookie, and I'm like, dude, this is so good. I end up eating the whole thing.
Oh my God.
And again, I don't feel shit. I'm like, oh man, I got some fucking. He gave me regular ass.
He went to the dollar store and made some shots.
Yeah, he got me some Chips Ahoy and shit. But no, so then I sit there and I ate like another half one, and then I was like, okay. And then apparently I started feeling it, because then I was sitting there and I was sitting on the couch, and then I'd look over, I'm like, oh shit, a cookie, man. And I'd eat the cookie. Before I know it, they were gone, and I was stuck on the couch. I'm just stuck on the couch, just like, oh shit. And the next day he was like, hey, how'd you like those cookies? And I was like, oh, they were great. Guess how many I ate? And he's like, you did not eat them all. And I'm like, I ate every single one of them. He's like, dude, that's like
So
17 grams of fucking weed. And I was like, I felt it. I felt it after about 2 hours. I was just couch locked all night.
I would love to try some shrooms. Like I would love to try like a microdose. Like not.
I always
like,
feel like it's I don't know, I would get paranoid with stuff like that, because I always hear like horror stories of like people having bad trips and shit.
One of my really good friends, when my wife and I like kind of first got together, we went to go pick them up because we were younger. This had to have been like 8 years ago or something like that. And we were going to a hookah bar. So we were like, all right, we're here to pick you guys up. And apparently like he had eaten shrooms. Him and his best friend, they ate shrooms. The one guy, he was completely fine. He's like, all right, come on, put your pants on. We're getting ready to go. We got to go. And my buddy he was like laying in bed, like he was stuck. And we got him to the end of the bed, gave him his pants. He put one leg in his pants and then laid back down. And he was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on. And I was like, it's fine. It's fine. You're going to be fine. Put your pants on. And he would sit up, try to put his second leg in his pants, look at me, and he'd be like, I don't know what to do. And then he would lay back down. And it got to the point to where he was so fucked up. We were like, we're just leaving you here. And apparently after we left, like he went and sat in the shower for like 45 minutes, just sat on the floor and was like zooted. Like he said that it started off really nice, nice shower temperature. By the time he was finished, it was cold and he didn't know it.
Oh,
he was fucked up. And he said he got done and then he was good.
Yeah.
Does a mushroom stamp count? No, a mushroom stamp doesn't count, Gus.
Just gotta fucking ride it out, I guess.
I guess, man. That'd be something I'd try though. But like, if I could try any drugs without like repercussions, I would. There's like three. It would be mushrooms. I would try coke, and I would try ecstasy.
You would try coke
if there was like no addictive behavior,
like nothing.
Like, no negative,
nothing could possibly go wrong.
Yes, nothing could possibly go wrong. I'm talking controlled environment, doctors.
Yeah, but why? Just to see what it fucking feels like for 15 seconds?
Oh yeah. I hear stories. I'm like, you listen to Joey Diaz 100 times talk about how he was all coked up. You have to try it. You have to. And then ecstasy. Who wouldn't want to fuck on ecstasy? Like that's what I want to do. That's that's just what I want to do. Nothing, no needles though, no like heroin, no crack, no nothing like that. But that's what I do.
No, yeah, for sure. Like I definitely would never do like some crazy hard ass drug like fucking meth or something.
Oh my god, could you be like going to break at work and be like, you
It'd be fucking ridiculous. No, I used to. I definitely. The only thing I've ever been into was weed. We used to do all kinds of shit. We used to do like cut the fucking 2-liter bottles in half and fill the sink up and like just everything you can think of. Apples and whatever. Like my very first time, I was 13. Yeah, 13 years old, and it was in my neighborhood I grew up in,
I was like,
and
23.
lived in a super quiet, like couple houses on the
Mm.
street, like old people neighborhood, but it was right by the police station, city hall, and everything in the city, like right down the street from it. And my neighbor, best friend growing up, John, he was like, "Hey man, I can get some weed." And I was like, "I don't know anything. I've never done it, so fuck it, whatever." And at this point, I like was one of those. I'm a cool skater guy,
Oh,
and I have DC shoes and blah blah blah.
hacky sack
And
weekend.
so we go up and we go to there's a daycare down the street, and it literally right next to the police station. Not even kidding. So we're sitting there, we're at this thing, and we're just waiting, and this guy comes up, sketchy ass dude, like thinking back on it, I'm like, this was the stupidest
A
fucking
90s
shit.
sketchy guy, you know, hoodie, black.
Sketchy. So he runs up to the car and he does the whole fucking transaction. He runs back and he's like, man, we can't go back home with this. We gotta smoke it right here. Nobody can see. And I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah, except all the
And
cops right there. You know,
what?
like-
You look over and it's just like you see cops sitting out there, you see cops talking with each other, and it's just a really slow town. So like they're not really doing shit. So they're probably just like, these motherfuckers are smoking weed right now. I mean, as far as I know, they didn't know. But we sat there, we sat behind the building, we smoked it. And then we basically went back home, and he's like, I'm gonna go home. I gotta put fucking shit, smelly good shit. And I was like, you're trying to hide it like way too hard, but all right. So I go back into my house, and all of a sudden, as soon as I walk in, paranoia like fucking that.
Like a light switch.
Like a light switch. I'm like, oh shit, I'm high on drugs. Like my mom walks. I mean, she had to have known as soon as she seen me. I literally was like, hey.
A deer in headlights just busted. Like,
Yeah, I'm just gonna go into my room, and of course, the kid I just smoked with, his little brother's in my room with my older brother in video games. It's in my room, so I sit behind him in the bed. I'm all quiet, and I'm just like, "Oh man, what are you guys playing?" And I start getting hit more and more, and before you know it, I'm just sitting there, just like, "Oh shit!" And they just like if this is them sitting behind. I'm sitting behind them, and they'll just go. Like my brother, of course. My brother was just like, this fucking idiot is so high right now.
zooted.
So that was my very first time, and I didn't do it for a long time after that until I pretty much moved out and was an adult.
My first
And I
time.
just did it all the time.
My first time ever, I worked third shift, and my buddy was like, "Hey, after work, why don't you come over to my house? We'll smoke." And I was like, "I've never smoked before. You're gonna be the first people I've ever smoked with in my life." They're like, "Nah, it's fine. Well, that's fine." They're like, "We'll let you, we'll let you go easy." Blah 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 blah. When I do something, I feel like I do it in excess. Like if I have a beer in front of me, I have to finish it. If I have something in front of me, food, I have to finish it. Like if I start something, I have to finish it. So they were like, "Have you ever hit a bong before?" And I was like, "What'd I say? I've never done any of this before." So they were like, "Well, here, try it." And they made me clear the entire bong. And after that, I thought I was going to die. I couldn't stop coughing. Anyways, so then after that, I took a couple hits of a joint. And then I was like, I got to go. It's like 10 o'clock. I got to get back up and we got to come back into work because we work 12s. So I was like, I got to go. It's a like side highway, those 55 mile an hour. There's no real speed limit type thing. You just drive type thing. And over to my right, there's a literal drop off and it's just like nothing but mountains. Like beautiful, just beautiful scenery. 2-lane road, two lanes. I was driving. I don't remember how I got where I was. And I looked behind me and there was just cars lined up behind me, and I look down and I'm doing 30 miles an hour in a 55. And I was like, fuck. And then like after that, I kind of like got my pep back and I like was good, But I didn't do it after that until I did it with my dad. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was like just cars, nobody honking. They were just something's fucking wrong with this guy, and I just look in the mirror and there's just trails of cars, and I was like, oh fuck, like I had no idea they were behind me, and I was riding with somebody, and he was higher than I was, so he was just like this, looking out the window. We were
Like
both-
he's sleeping.
oh, we were smoked, man. I mean, and then after that,
Yep.
I never did it before, but
No, yeah. I mean, for the first time taking a bong rip like that, I mean, that it happened to me too. I think it's people what they do. I think it's like people that are experienced with it. They're like, "That ain't shit,"
yeah,
and then you do it, and you're like, "I literally am gonna die." Like, I'm not
Yeah.
even kidding. I can't stop coughing. My stomach is doing something that it shouldn't be doing, and I'm not good. I don't feel good. I don't like this. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
like yeah, then once you really get into it, you're going 30 miles an hour down a fucking expressway,
it was
going, "Oh my god, I'm going so fast!"
yeah. I felt like I was warp speed 80 miles an hour punching through with my flux capacitor in the back seat, like I was gonna hit hyperdrive, but I was 30. And
Well,
was just fucking like, I swear I felt like I was gonna fall out of the car. I was leaning so far, or I was gonna fall in old dude's lap, whichever way I was leaning.
Well, it's kind of funny because that's happened to me also, but I've actually done it to other people. Like my weed smoking days were when I worked at Applebee's for
Yeah.
sure. Everybody did it. We closed. We smoked weed. Blah blah blah. It was no big deal. Well, I had a couple that I closed with, a couple of guys. I just randomly was like, "Hey," it was a dishwasher and someone else, and I was like, "Hey, man, you want to come over to my house? Smoke a little bit, blah blah blah." And I had really good shit at the time, and it reminds me of the time if you watch Cat Williams at all.
Oh,
He has a story about how he's like, "White people have the best weed."
yeah,
Well, yeah, like I guess it was that point because we go to my house, they follow me, and I'm smoking a bowl. I got the bong out, smoking a joint, blah blah blah. Like, and I'm ready to go. Like a half hour later, I'm just talking like blah blah blah, and they're literally on my other couch, just kind of look at me, and they're like, "What the fuck you doing, man?" I was like, "What? What do you mean?" He's like, "I'm so fucking high right now." And I was like, "Wait, are you good to go home?" Like, he's like,
how am I gonna
"Oh,
get there? Do I have a car?
So yeah, now a good hour later, they were just like, "Yeah, I gotta fucking figure something out." So, and they just left, and I was like, "Okay, whatever."
Once you leave, you're on your own. How you get
Yeah.
home is not my thing.
Yep. So
Shit.
I guess I did the same shit to people. But now, I mean, I haven't smoked in so long.
Yeah,
It's been 4 years, I think.
Probably since you started at work, right?
Before then,
A little bit.
yeah, I quit 4 years ago. Well, I had when I was having a bunch of issues with my kids in custody and stuff. I had apparently, I got CPS called on me. They didn't find shit, but I did straight up was like, yeah, like they're like, "Do you do any drugs?" And I was like, "Yeah, I smoke weed." And they're like, they don't care about that shit.
Yeah.
And I was, because at first I was like, "No, I totally don't."
You drink
As I just got done smoking a joint
That's
because I had to go to work, and they were like, "Yeah, so here's a drug test," and I was like, "I mean, I do. What do you wait? Totally, yeah, I do." They're like, "You're like, just so you know, we don't give a shit." But then they're like, they kind of put it in perspective. They're like, "Let me just ask you one question. You get home from work, you got your kids in the bed, you smoke a joint, you get high, you're sitting there, kid wakes up, falls off the bunk bed, busts his head open. What are you gonna do?" And pretty much right after that, they left. I threw all my shit away and never smoked again. Because
It's a
what
true
would I
question.
do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Put them in danger,
For
pretty
high.
much, because I'm fucking high and I got to drive them to the hospital. So, yeah, you see that shirt? My shirt. I hate being sexy, but I'm a chubby bearded man, so I can't help it. Yeah.
Shit, dude. What was your first video game that you played?
My first video game. Oh, I think it was the original Mario on the Nintendo.
Yeah.
I think so. I didn't get like Game Boys or nothing for a long time. I was older, and I think my brother had a Nintendo. He got it for Christmas. And we had an original Mario, and it just kind of went from there. I mean, we had the Nintendo forever, and then we ended up getting a Sega Genesis and did whatever games were on there. I don't fucking know anymore. Fighting games, all kinds of shit. And after that, I ended up getting a PlayStation, the original PlayStation, and I had Crash Bandicoot.
The gray box.
Yeah, yep. And I was a Sony boy forever until 4. And then I ended up getting an Xbox 360, and then I ended up getting a Switch, and then I ended up getting a PC, and I literally have everything now. And I'm 32. Like, I'm like a fucking 12-year-old.
I've never really played Xbox. I've never even played Halo.
Yeah, well, see, that's funny. I never played Xbox until I got my 1. And yeah, I still never played Halo. I don't care. It's not something I was ever interested in.
Yeah, I just never. Well, I never had a chance. You know, my dad was a Sony guy, I guess, and he was just like, "Nah, I like PlayStation." And I was like, "Okay, old man." Him and I would play games too. Like we would play racing games, like that type of thing. But am I super quiet, guys? That should be better. I was away. It's turned all the way up. I'm not really sure. Let me see if I can turn a little gain up for you guys. Properties. Filters. Gain. See if I can.
Yeah, who's got the
That
problems
that
now?
should be better, yeah. Well, I had it out here, so
Sure.
this mixer over here is a bag of dicks. So, what was I? Yeah, but I mean, we played like racing games, stuff like that together. That was just our thing. We played video games together, and then my grandma on my dad's side bought me my first Call of Duty game, and it was like instant love. Like I played campaigns, I would just sit there and just play and play and play and play, and that was right about the time right after like I was in high school. Like I never heard any of it. Like I never did any of that. And then I did like the competitive stuff, lands, I casted, that type of thing. And then I found 5M and I have never looked back. So
I've never been good at any video game enough to be competitive, actually competitive. What did you said competitive, right?
Yeah.
Like, did you go into tournaments and shit?
Yeah, we did like online things was definitely the thing. You know, GBs, MLGs, UMGs, the wagers and stuff like that. Now with I never even knew that there was a competitive COD scene until Advanced Warfare, and then ever since then I've been like even if I'm streaming stuff like that, I got the tournament pulled up on the other monitor. I follow all the like Hex, the owner of Optic. Like I follow him. I watch his vlogs. I've talked to him on Twitter. Like I've done that. Like I really fell into it, and then 5M.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I was I mean, ever since I was fucking old enough to hold a controller, that's all. I mean, that was my thing, video games. I had a lot of neighbors growing up on my street. I got and pretty much all the houses had like 2 or 3 kids too.
Yeah.
I got super lucky. So we were all either inside playing fucking video games or we were outside causing hell with our bikes and our skateboards.
Sure.
And and we were all so bad at those too. Like we couldn't even like pop an alley. You know what that is? Well, we pretended we could.
Yeah, of course. You just pop it like this instead of like the actual.
Yeah, you're like, oh, dude, look what I did!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yep.
I skated when I was younger. I loved it.
I'd be the dude that would randomly just end up laying on the back and just using his arms
sitting on
going down
like
the street.
a luge board or something.
Let's go. But yeah, I mean, just always been into it, and I still am. Like I said, I have everything. I don't even use it. I use my PC now.
Yeah,
My kids like to use my. They always sit there and be like, "Hey, I get from work, home from work, Dad, can I play on your PlayStation?" Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I'm not going to.
Right, yeah.
Then you got to, but you don't want to let them know that. You're like, I don't know, I might play it, but and then you're like, I'm just gonna play on my PC.
Yeah, I've definitely done that a couple times. I'm like, no, man, I plan on doing something, and then I'll get on a PC. I'm like, and he's just like, Dad, can I play on it? And I'm like, no, I'm about to get on it right now. Stop.
It's just sitting there like typing on the PC. You're like, I'm about to play it. They're like, what are you gonna play, Dad? I was like, I don't know, a game.
So what are all the jobs you've had?
My first job, I worked at a greenhouse, like flower greenhouse.
How was that? That sounds. How did you get the job?
I lived by him.
Yeah, oh, okay.
I was like 13.
Like you're just like,
yeah.
oh.
My mom was like, hey,
you didn't have like an aunt or something that was like, come help me.
No, I lived by him, and then my mom just came home one day. She was like, I got you a job, and I'm like,
so your mom got you the job?
Yeah,
without
she did.
even,
Yeah.
like,
Apparently they went up there
you
to
start
flowers.
tomorrow.
Yeah, no, legit. They were like, you got to be up there at 6, and I'm like, it's the fucking summer. Like, come on now, 6. They're like, yeah, you're gonna go up there and you're gonna help them plant flowers. You're gonna do customers. You're gonna help them out. You're gonna load stuff cars up. You're gonna mow the lawn. You're gonna do like all that shit. And I was like, oh, okay. And then they're like, yeah, they're gonna pay you like $5 an hour. And I was like, that is so much money.
Isn't that hilarious?
So much money.
When you first get a job, you're just like, oh my God, I'm actually rich. Yeah, and it's like a $200 check for 2 weeks.
yeah. Like they're like per day, I'd get like $20, and I'd be like, yeah. And then now $20. I'm like, if I don't make that in an hour, I don't want to work for you. Like,
yeah, literally.
So, but yeah, that was and then I can't remember what I did after that. I'm like legit. Oh, I did like security, but that was like just dumb shit. I sat in a car. And then I worked retail. I worked at like a clothing stores, like that type of thing. We have, Birch Run, the outlet.
Oh, yeah.
Lacoste, the little alligator guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I worked there, and then immediately after that, I moved to Tennessee and did production and maintenance and stuff like that.
So you've had quite a bit. I've had like 3 jobs in my whole life.
Oh yeah, I've had quite a bit of jobs. Yeah. 3
Actually,
jobs.
my very first job is a substitute teacher for a fucking Head Start.
Really?
Yeah, really.
What a weird job. What the
everybody,
fuck?
If I tell anybody, they're just like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, no G card. Apparently, they'll hire anybody. They walk in and they'll be like, all right. Well,
sure.
You're 18.
No background checks. No, here's kids.
No, no.
Oh,
yeah, I just turned 18 there. And, my mom works for them.
Yeah,
but at the same time, my orientation literally was a bunch of people that just was like, I just want to work. Or they just call you and say they just need a body, basically.
Yeah, they need somebody to make the kids the kids don't kill each other and die.
Like, yeah. So I mean, I did it for like a couple months because right after I got that job, I was hired, or I got called from McDonald's, and they wanted to interview me and shit. So what I would do is they would call me at like 6 or whatever. Yeah, it was about 6 o'clock, and they're like, yeah, you gotta go to this center, and you're gonna be working either a full day or a half a day, or it was different every time. It was absolute bullshit because you never could like. You could just be like, yeah, no, I don't want to, and then just hang up. But if you do that, they just don't call you, so you just don't get paid.
I've never worked in food.
Never worked in food. That's all I worked in, other than the 2 jobs, like the job I have now and
the daycare,
being a substitute.
I could never. I could never. I'm not like, I'm a people person, but like stupidity, like stupid. No.
I could do fucking fast food or restaurant stories for fucking 8 hours straight. It's so ridiculous.
I would fight somebody like the online videos.
I
you
almost
see.
did.
Do tell. I'm listening.
Okay, so McDonald's, we got a job at McDonald's. I've already been working there for like years, and everybody that works there loves me, and all the managers are like, "He's the best." You know,
Well,
I
what
am.
happened? I'm
And
sorry. Keep going.
so- I'm getting there.
Yeah.
So, working the drive-through, so I'm the one taking the orders and
Back
all that
cash or
shit.
front?
Back
So back cash.
Yeah. So, see, you already know what's
My best
up.
friends worked at McDonald's for years, so I know their lingo.
So, this guy, he's just being a dick. I don't even remember. He's just being a dick.
Yeah.
You can tell. Like, can you not take an order?
Oh,
I
no.
said blah blah blah.
No. I'd be like, "Aren't you fucking
And so,
stupid,
so he gets to the first window and he's like, "How? When did they start hiring such stupid people?"
Oh
And
fuck no!
I-
Oh no! I'd be like, I'll meet you outside.
I literally threw shit at him and fucking just went off. I was like, "Shut the fuck up, you piece of shit!" And he had his child in the fucking passenger seat, and his child's literally looking at me like, "He's gonna hurt us." So of course he goes straight up and he tells the manager, and the manager's like, "Oh well, blah blah blah," and she never what she was supposed to do was literally send me home right there, and I should have been fired
Yeah.
because I assaulted and
yeah.
cursed at a customer. But she didn't. She just wrote me up, and I finished my shift because nobody else could cover it. So the owner the next day literally came in, or no, the next day I went to come in, and they were like, "Yeah, you can't clock in," and I was like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Yeah, you're suspended." And I'm like, "Why? What are you talking
What
about?"
did I do?
They're like, the whole thing from yesterday. I'm like, "Oh shit! All right, well, fuck it." And he's like, "Yeah, in 3 days the owner wants to talk to you." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then at this McDonald's, the owner was there every day. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, I got used to working at a place where the owner was there, and then every other job, I've never seen the owner.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Wait, what do you mean? He just works there with us like normal, right?" No, that's not how that works. Just this place. And so 3 days go by, and I come back and sit down with the owner, and he's like, "Yeah, you want to just tell me what happened?" And I told him. I was just straight up, and I was like, "Yeah, dude was calling me stupid and being a dickhead, and so I threw some shit at him." He's like, "Yeah, I've seen the video." He's like, "Pretty good shot, by the way." And yeah, he was super cool about it. He's like, "Yeah, you had to be suspended. Honestly, if they did what they were supposed to and sent you home, I'd have to fire you. But since they didn't do that, I'm going to keep you. And just so you know, if you tell anybody this, I will find you." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Trust me, you should not tell anybody this." And yeah, so I never. Hold on.
Yeah, you're right. As we take this brief intermission while the dad gets bothered by the kiddos, as you guys know, that happens to me a lot. How you guys doing? You did for 4 years. I worked at Wendy's, Five Guys, and in food for 4. I couldn't do it, guys. Oh, he's back. Hello.
I'm back. That was my nephew. He's randomly over. So yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah. So he kept me, and I stayed working there. I ended up being a manager. Fucking managing. Literally becoming a manager there was the worst decision of my life. I quit a couple months after that. I hated it.
Yeah, but managers managers make a lot of money.
No, they don't. Not at McDonald's. You know what I was making when I got hired in as a manager at McDonald's? $9.20 an hour.
Oh, you have to be a general manager of the store to make.
You have to actually run an actual
six
store.
figures. You get a company car, I hear.
Oh yeah, you get if you're a district manager,
Yeah.
you get company car. Oh, you got money.
Yeah,
But if you're just a manager,
store manager, a shift manager.
first thing they do, okay, you move. Okay, you go to whatever position or go to whatever location I want. I went from Grand Blanc. I had to go to Holly. I already lived in Flint at the time, so I had to go from Flint to Holly every single day. I worked from 11 p.m. to 8 a.m. That was my shift. 6 days a week. And they threw me in without barely training me. They were like, okay, you have to do the inventory. You have to check in all the trucks. You are by yourself the whole night. You know, and I mean, when they come in the morning, they had 4 or 5 managers on, and they were people that were been there for years. Like they knew what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah.
4 or 5 managers on the floor, like at a time. One was in the office, one was in the front, one was in the back, doing all the stuff. The 11 to 8, I was by myself. I had to do all the shit. I had cops coming through the drive-through line asking if I could take one of my people off the clock so they can pick up a dead deer for food. Like that's not a joke. Like they're like, "Hey, can one of the guys you're working with, can they come pick up this deer? I just want him off the road." I'm like, "Who? What?"
Isn't that your job? Like
one person. I have one person working with me besides me. It's 2 in the morning. No, no, sorry. And he got mad about it. Like he was like, "Oh, well, I guess you just have to have your employees." Yeah,
that's yeah. I mean, you want to come
wanna
in here and
take-
work?
yeah. I was gonna say, want to take one of your cops buddies here and replace him real quick. And the funny thing is, I told the guy I was working with at the time, and he was like, "What? I would totally get that dude." I was like, "Where am I?"
Of course you'd get that deer. Stupid.
I've had like my bathrooms vandalized, like to where they broke the toilets and like had ketchup on the walls and shit and like spilled shit, and I didn't even know how to like deal with it. I called my manager, and she was like, it's 12:30 at night. Why the fuck you calling me?" And I was like, "Whoa, okay." So I had to call the district manager, and he was cool about it. He was like, "Just turn the water off," and he walked me through it. And he's like, "Did you see anything that went?" I was like, "No, I honestly think this happened before I got here." And they just were like, "Bye, peace." By the way, don't go in the bathroom. Yeah, so it was a horrible time. And then I quit. And I went to Applebee's, and that was still a horrible time. Honestly, where I'm at now is my best job still, even though I fucking hate it sometimes. Mostly because I have to see you every day.
Oh, I mean, we still both have to fucking deal with Austin, so that's definitely one more. You know,
No, you have to deal with Austin. I don't have to
I
deal
try
with
not to, man.
him. I have to deal with him tomorrow.
Yeah,
Because, I don't know, someone's not going to be there.
maybe I'll just take.
I don't know who,
off.
though.
I'll just take the whole fucking week off.
I honestly don't know why you didn't. You could have asked it off. They could have still gave it to you. You just wouldn't have got paid.
You think they would have?
Oh, I for sure.
Damn.
You can ask for time off even though you don't have vacation days. You just don't get paid for it, and you won't get points. So for future, yeah, absolutely.
Well, no, I know
If
they did that when I first started because I went to Disney. Like they hired me. They were like, "Yeah, we want you to come work for us." And I was like, "I mean, I'm going to Disney in September," and I think they hired me in August. So I was like, "I'm gone for a week. Like it's already paid for. There's no canceling this trip." I was like,
Right.
"That is the only way I come is if you honor this." And I got it in writing, and I was like, "Deuces," and I was gone for a week. They were probably like, "Who the fuck is this?" Because I was working next to Boomer and them. They were probably like, "Who the fuck is this guy coming in?" And then gone the next week, you know?
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
was
was on
Osmos.
the line at the time.
Yeah, so I mean, you wouldn't have.
I mean, I noticed you started work. I honestly, I think I remember because I think I was like, "Oh, he didn't last long," because I don't know anything. Yeah, I just seen you were there for a week and then you were gone, and I was like, "Damn, dude, that dude." Like,
How do
out.
people quit this job? It's one of the easiest jobs I've ever. I mean, come
So many
on.
people do though.
I know.
So many people do. It's crazy.
You show up, like literally. If you just show up and half-ass work, plug in electrical wires, and be like, "Okay, I'm done." Like that's it.
Yeah, it's very chill,
It's one of- it's-
it's cool that you can pretty much say and do what the fuck you want there.
It could be better.
It's not.
But you
I
know,
mean,
for what we do make good money. But like, as adults, we could be paid more.
oh, I'm telling you, like, I'm hoping that we still get a raise, even though it wasn't that good.
I hope, like, I'm gonna bring it up to Dean or our boss. I'm not gonna try to refrain from names, but try to bring it
Yeah,
up to
I
our
know.
boss and be like, "We did what you wanted. Give us our points so we can get back in that passing grade."
Yeah,
How far were you
I
off?
mean,
Were you below 50?
no,
60.
no, I was like a 64-ish, I think.
I was
It
I was
was pretty
71.
low. Yeah, yeah, definitely better than mine. And I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I got a raise pretty recently, so
You did?
no, shut up. I didn't say that.
No, but that's good though.
Yeah, no, it's great. Just don't. Yeah, it didn't happen.
What happened?
It didn't happen. Nothing
That's what I'm talking
happened. Exactly.
about. That's what that meeting was for, you bitch. That's what it was for, wasn't it?
Dude, I literally sat there and I remember the talk on Discord. I was like,
I just looked at our
"You're
messages
making
today.
up all that
You
bullshit."
lied to me, you bitch.
I was deceitful.
You
No,
were.
I literally could not fucking tell anybody. Now I don't care. It's through and I've been getting paid for it. So they
Good
can't
though.
take
I
it
mean,
back
fuck,
now.
man, good. You were working there for what, 2.5 years without getting raised?
Yeah, that's why they said it. I mean, it's been so long, and I wasn't bitching and whatnot, and also people were leaving because they weren't getting paid like that. So
Was it? You have to tell me. Was it significant? Like, were you happy with it?
oh yeah, I'm happy with it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I definitely deserved it, but it was a good raise because I was still only at like 1575. So
So
what I'm at
shit.
now is great. It's good. But it would be okay. So the reason I even brought it up was because when they literally were like, "Yeah, July we're gonna do reviews, and you're gonna be part of that too," and I'm like, "Really? I brought me in
Double-dipping?
there, and you're like, I'm sorry. There's zip tie pieces on the floor."
You fuckers can't clean up after yourself, even though you do the exact same thing everybody else does. Dude, I'm sure that when we took our two coworkers out there and like gave them the talk, I'm sure they hate us now. I know they hate
I'm
me.
fine with that.
So am I, because I'm like, I told shithead, we're gonna call him shithead, pulled up a truck and didn't sweep, and I was like, "Did you sweep?" And he was like, "No, I already thought I didn't know it needed to be swept." And I'm like, I was like, "Shithead, come here, look, right, look at the ground. There's tire tracks through dirt and metal shavings." I was like, "Listen, I don't care if you never do your thing. Like I did not care before, but now you're playing with mine and Dan's money." And I was like, "I will run you out of here. I do not care. I do not care if you do not come in tomorrow." But I was like, "If you fuck with my money, I will do what I have to do."
Yeah, I'll do it. And that's the thing, man. That's what sucks so bad about being on a line like that. When
Yeah.
everybody else, it's on their own. They're on
And
the
it's
base.
so shitty that we're responsible. Like if I'm responsible for them, pay me like
Yeah.
I'm responsible for them.
Exactly. That's why I tell them if they bring new people and they go to me and say, "Hey, you're gonna have to show him," blah blah blah. And I literally tell him, I was like, "Does he have tools in front of him and whoever is I'm supposed to train? Does he have tools?" "Well, he's supposed to bring him tomorrow." "Okay, well, come back tomorrow then." I'm not letting him use all my shit. I'm not letting him, because one, that's not going to be productive. I can't sit there and use a screwdriver while he's using my same screwdriver. Same thing with any other tool.
Yeah.
And so I have to literally hold his hand and watch him while he fucks shit up. And then I say, "No, what are you doing?" I've had so many people where I'm like, they didn't even know what a drill was, let alone know how to use one.
And
I've
then
had to like literally draw pictures like, "This is the trigger. You push it with your finger and it goes." And they're just like, "I don't understand." It is insane the amount of people that they were just like, they don't care. Just get through the year
and then you
because
see
they don't have to deal with it.
you see the girl that they brought through, right? The one girl that the dean was, God damn it,
That
our boss.
skinny, like
Yeah, like
string
she was
bean.
the pretty one. Yeah, and I was
I
like,
thought she was gonna break just standing there
yeah,
or
I was
blow
like,
away.
I was sitting there and we were I was like lifting up a bumper off a pallet by myself and putting it on the trash can, and I was like, and Dean looked at me and I looked at her and I was like, can she do this? And they both looked at me and they were like, and I was like, okay, thank you. Like I was like,
You can leave now.
yeah, I was like, electrical's covered. I guess she can fucking plug in lights. But I was like,
Yeah,
but
she can.
the first time we gotta take a grinder and cut off one of the flaps for the bumper brackets. She's gonna be like, and fucking cut off her hand or do like shithead did and just drop it while it's running.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
can just imagine her like taking like
Cutting
a
something there.
just
I mean,
the air blower.
Yeah.
Just a normal air blower. Just
she's gonna look at it and just like do it. And it's gonna fucking pop her eye socket or something. Like that is not.
yeah.
like,
I mean,
if-
who knows though, right?
Bro,
Well,
could you imagine she coming in? She's got a fucking kitted out welding helmet, snap-on toolbox that costs $6,000.
Exactly.
She's got better
Fucking-
welder than we are and shit. She's
Oh,
gonna be like,
yeah.
I got this, and I'll be like, okay, well, okay, Dad, She's fucking
For
better
sure.
than us, pumping out trucks. She's like, yeah, I came from
Yeah.
Monroe. I know what I'm doing.
Right. You judging right now.
And then
bro.
no, I'm judging the next guy. You got the next guy that came in and did his interview in fucking flip flops. Like, if I was in our boss's shoes and some dude came to me with an interview of flip flops, I'd be like, "Thank you for your time. We're not interested. Have a good day."
You for real?
You didn't see him?
I
He
missed
walked right
that.
by you 4 times.
I missed that. Was he African American?
Yes, he was that one.
Okay, I've
Yeah.
seen him, but I did not look at his
Yeah,
shoes
he had
at
flip flops
all.
on. I was laying on the ground
That's
underneath the truck, and I happened
hilarious.
to look up, and there's a pair of flip flops. I'm like, you have to wear steel-toed shoes to work here, and you're doing an interview in slides and socks.
I wish I seen that.
Oh yeah,
I wish I seen that.
I was fucking him up. like he was like, we made eye contact, and I was finishing up some lights or something like that, and we made eye contact, and we both did the like what's up thing, and then as soon as I did that, I immediately just right to his shoes, and I was like,
You know how self-conscious he was as soon as he walked
oh,
in. he
I'm
was
sure
like,
his toes
"Oh,
curled.
shit."
Like he was like this. He was like, fuck, don't look,
That motherfucker was on his way, and he looked down. He's like, "Fuck!"
Yeah, he's like,
I
fuck,
got
I
my
forgot my
shoes.
shoes.
And then he sees you, and you just look down. And he's like,
I was like, you want to borrow these? Like, I got
Yeah.
boots or something. Wait, so what is it you guys do? We build service bodies, and I'm not gonna go into any more detail because of this is gonna be uploaded to YouTube and stuff like that. And could you imagine if our bosses go, so heard you guys doing a podcast?
"Dude, that is so gonna happen."
So
You already said like all of a name, so
yeah, I did. Yeah, and there's no editing. This is raw, so anything goes.
Yeah.
So we build service bodies for like the military and other businesses and stuff like that. So if you've been in my stream before, I have actually showed the fucking company and the trucks that we build. So, but for like this segment, what we're doing, I'm not gonna say. But service bodies are just Google it. Google a service body.
Yeah, we are installation technicians.
Yes. Is that our actual
AKA,
job
they
title?
call us mechanics.
Yeah, I don't
know why. We're not. I know nothing about how a fucking truck runs. If you sit there and say,
I don't even
I
change
got
my oil.
carburetor, blah, blah, blah," I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I know how to put a body on though.
Hell yeah, and it ain't never coming off.
Oh, I don't know. The other day, you guys showed me the.
I am so glad that we caught that. Our immediate supervisor
too.
name that starts with an S, if he would have bent down, looked under there, and saw that, we all would have got sent home.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, my gosh.
He would have definitely. It would have been me, but yeah.
No, because I
am
would have
glad-
been like, yeah, it's good to go. Check it. And then he'd have been like,
What the fuck is this? I am glad you've seen that, or Mark or whoever. Oh, fuck.
it was
Whoever seen it. I'm glad that they seen it.
it was M. Night Shyamalan that saw it.
M.
right?
Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Twist.
Saw, yeah. What a twist. Yeah. He climbed under there because he was buckling up the bumper. He's like, are these supposed to have nuts on them? And I was like, is what supposed to have nuts? He was like, there's 4 bolts running through down. And I'm like, yeah, they're supposed to have nuts. That's what marries the body to the
That's how
chassis.
to stay on.
Yes, that's. It was like if it didn't, it'd be going like this, you know, while it's jumping down the road. You know,
Can
it's
you
secure in the
imagine?
front, but it would just. Yeah, could you imagine?
Because it springs in the front too. It's like an off-road mouse.
It's a military truck, so you know they're going through the thing. It's like boom, 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 fucking clapping back there and shit.
You get on the window. Hey guys, check this out.
Boom, 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 boom. I can make my truck twerk.
God damn it. Yeah, I don't even know how I missed that. I think it was because the spring mounts for those ones were they're such a bitch to put on. Once I got them done, I was just like, whoop, it's over, it's done. But I'm like triple checking after that. I was like, I
So
don't
guys,
know how I missed
this is literally exactly what we build, right here.
it.
all of
Literally,
this.
exactly.
Bumper. Wow, this whole body is for $1,600.
Oh, I thought that would be more expensive, to be
So did
honest.
So that's
I
what-
feel like this company that we work for just gouges the price. I don't know though. I have no
yeah, I mean they got to pay us, you know, minimum wage to put the fucking bodies on.
They're gonna pay us that
So,
money.
you know, hey, big guys got to get their bonuses, so, and we gotta get
Oh,
hot
man.
dogs to feed them once every 6 months.
I tell you what, so the barbecue we just had with the literally just hot dogs.
Yeah.
The one before that, it was like pulled pork and
Yeah, it was good.
turkey legs, all that shit.
It was
And
good.
this one they're like, oh, here's a hot dog,
Here's a
maybe a
hot dog
brat.
and some chips.
Which I mean, whatever. It was
It
free
was
lunch,
pretty.
I
It was
guess.
still free
Fuck it.
lunch. Yeah, it was still pretty good. Dale, but yeah, man. I don't know. It's a good place.
Yeah, of course you don't fucking know.
But listen,
Listen, I can't fuck with you tomorrow all day. I have to sit there with
no,
Austin
but you
going-
you have
autism
Mahoney
going.
to fuck with tomorrow.
Yeah.
You got him. He's a good worker. I broke it down with him today. I had a little heart to heart with him because I feel like I'm sometimes.
Oh, did you? Because he cried.
Yeah, I'm sure he did, the little bitch. But I told him, I was like, I
You're
fuck
so
with you a
mean to
lot.
him.
I fuck with you a lot. I really do. I give you a really, really hard time. But I was like, I know you can do good. Like you're a smart kid.
Spark.
But I was like, you have to slow down. Like,
You can't lie to him though. You can't just be like smart.
okay, you're above average intelligence kid.
For someone with what he has, he's okay. He's in the 50th percentile of the spectrum.
Did he tell you that?
Yeah, we had a heart to heart too. He's like, yeah, I'm that.
The A word? Really? He never told me that. God, I'm a dick.
Yeah, you haven't noticed?
No, I fucking call him the Make-A-Wish kid. No, I really feel like shit.
Nobody would accept that one.
I said that to Tony the Tiger. I was like, this is our, Make-A-Wish kid. And he was like,
Oh yeah.
he was like, and he was like, that's so fucked up. And I was like, I just, it's just a comedic insult. Like, I don't mean that he's dumb and he's an R word or anything like that. I was like, if you just like, the one thing that sticks out to me is when we were doing that wide body and we had the 3 lights in the bumper, and he freaked out. He's like, Alex, the goddamn harness is bad. It's not working. What do? I got to take off the goddamn bumper again. I was like, I just finished it all up. And I was like, did you check your connections? And he climbed out of the truck, looked at it. He plugged white into brown and brown into white. And I was like, just next time, look it over. Don't run to somebody and ask a question. Look at your work and finish your thing. And it's like somebody in my stream just said, it's shop talk. It is me pulling his leg. But at the end of the day, anybody on this line, we know that we would help and do anything for each other to get the job done. Like, it's that type of thing.
Nope.
But
I'm letting you just.
hanging
you dry. I'm bad.
Immediately after
I'm
I said
bad.
it, I'm like, I know you won't even put the fucking lights through the
I
hole for
won't.
me.
No.
Why?
Look at
Why can't you do it? It is a 3-second job, and it takes us 40 minutes to reach our fucking hands up there and try to pull it
Listen,
through. No,
that's
no,
why.
fuck you.
Oh my god! It was so far. No. See, the fact that a 3-second job takes you 40 minutes, that's why.
There's no hand
there.
room.
There's
What-
no hand.
There's no
room.
hand. I can't I gotta, I gotta shove it up there and grab it, and there's all the wires.
To be honest, it's mostly just to piss you off because I know you want it. So, and I know that
You know
it's
what? I
not
know
in-
tomorrow you're gonna do all of these bodies, and they're all gonna get done. But as soon as I come back Monday,
Well, here's the thing: those wide bodies are over. So it's
you
all
lied. You
bullshit.
said you had 27 of them in a row.
Yeah, I don't think I tell a thing that's true at work. I'm sorry. Any truth you get is going to be probably on this podcast. Every time we're at work, if I say something, do not believe me.
So look, we're gonna have to go. We're gonna be shit talking at work, and I'm like, I got to get you on a podcast again just so I can find out the truth. Like that's just gonna be. I'm gonna start writing things down. Like on April 17th, which was a Tuesday, you said this. Was it
Saturday,
true?
motherfucker.
Yeah. Fuck.
Oh shit! All right, what's up? What's next? Are you trying to end it?
No, man, I can talk for all
All
day.
right. Then fucking next thing. Let's go.
I don't know, man.
No more shop talk.
I feel like we need some alcohol, but I feel like
Well, good for you. Go get some.
you're not a drinker, are you?
No, I mean I do drink, but I hardly ever drink. I don't have any alcohol at my house right now. Make you a drink.
Nah, man, I'm not just gonna sit here and leave and make a drink. Next time I'll have that.
I can talk to people for a minute.
You got the stream pulled up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right,
do.
guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go make a drink. Fuck it. He told me to.
Yeah, go make a drink.
I'll be back.
All right. Look. I tell you what. You guys play on this 5M server with him being Levi, and you know how he is when you know how he is when he gets mad when he's playing on this 5M server and he goes, I'm done. I don't care. I'm done. That is how he is from 5 a.m. until we leave every day at work. He just cries. He's just like, I'm done. I have no motivation. And he's gonna hate me. I'm shit talking so bad. But it is kind of true though. He'll sit there and be it does. It's exactly like sometimes I accidentally call him Levi at work because it's him. That's how he is. Prima donna Levi. 100%. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't even act. It's not RP for him. That's just his real life. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, so just so you know, when he gets like that, it's just being him. A photo of him with makeup. Oh my god, he has a photo with him with makeup. Princess. Oh yeah. Okay. You still have it? I would probably. Yeah, I would like. I have not seen it. I think I remember him telling me about it one day. But he never showed me a picture of it or anything. That would be interesting. Why did he do that? Did he just do it randomly? Like, I'm a drag queen now, bitch. I don't know. Like, what?
Whoa!
Donation-
Whoa!
Oh.
Whoa! No, guys, you had to bring that up.
Welcome back. Oh, man. I told them some shit.
I wouldn't gone that long.
Yeah, okay.
What were you talking about? Because all I see is that sounds like Levi, prima donna Levi.
I told them. Do you want me to tell you? I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Of course you want to know because you got to know all the.
I mean, my
So
name's
I
Levi.
basically said when you play on your 5M server and you get like all mad and you're like, I'm done. I said that's how you are from 5 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at work. Like you just are just straight up like, you don't do anything for me.
Yikes, dude! Yikes! Donation goal?
I was straight. Yeah, they're telling me you did something with makeup. You were wearing makeup. They're like, did you see him with makeup on? I'm like,
Yeah, Gus, which is Chris Nelson right there, and I
Oh,
think
okay.
it was Espy and Mindu, which is Lucy. like helped me raise like $2,000 in a pretty short period of time, and they
Oh,
essentially
shit.
bought this computer right here. So one of the incentives was I would get my makeup done live on stream by my wife. So if we hit it, because I never expected to hit it, and they were like, "Ha ha ha, psych, bing," and then just paid it.
No
for it.
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
God damn.
Like
That's what's up.
I have the best friends like John, who is Vanyan on here, and Gus. This computer broke. Something happened with my graphics card, and I woke up one day, and that box right there, Gus and John split the cost of it and bought me another PC just so I could play until that one got fixed. Like you want to
Wow.
talk about some best friends, and the funniest part about it is I've never met either of them. Like it's just people I've met from 5M. That is it.
Gus and John.
Gus and John,
Heroes.
they're my literal
Heroes.
Best friends, so my literal best friends. So
That's dope. Keep it up, guys. By the way, just throw him like 50 gift to subs right now, just to keep that like status.
No, Gus has gifted 330 subs to this channel.
I see that right
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I'm almost there. I'm at 5. Bitch. I'm second place.
So your favorite movie is Pulp Fiction.
Did you just say Pop Fiction?
I was gonna say pop
Yes.
culture for some reason, but
Pulp Fiction is my favorite movie.
I have never watched it from start to finish.
Have you seen parts of it?
Yes, I remember that they were in a diner.
What, the beginning? Well, I guess there's a beginning and an end. But yeah. They were in a
actually
diner,
almost
they
pulled
were
the
about
trigger,
to-
Not gonna lie, fuck off, Gus. Stop paying Twitch.
But
Do it, he said. No, don't pay Twitch.
don't do that.
Don't pay Twitch. I fucking hate when people pay Twitch, but I love you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, donate to him.
No, stop.
That's why he hates it, because he don't get the other half. You know what I'm saying?
No, Twitch just don't do shit for me. I just use them for. Oh my god, my heart almost dropped.
Nicholas HT.
Nick with the 5. Thank you, brother.
Oh man,
50,
I
but-
want
Bro,
I
no.
want the SD version.
No, Nick, fuck you, man. Hey, you listen. You hit 25 in this channel. You got the red gift badge, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Movies. We're talking about movies. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
talking to some white guy in the diner. That's all I remember.
Yeah, I actually have the wallet. Have you seen my wallet? I have the wallet from Pulp Fiction where it says "bad motherfucker."
I think you did show me at work. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because there's when I first got it, I wouldn't like hide it,
Yeah.
but like eventually people would see it and they're like, "Oh my god, it says fucker on there." Like there's literally, I think there's 3 people. One of them was at GameStop and he just thought it was cool as hell, and then the other one was like at Myers or something, and she was like, I don't think that's appropriate." And I'm like, "It's a fucking wallet, dude."
Yeah, it's
And
literally
so now I
hugging my ass.
I literally hold it in like a certain way to take the money out so they
They're
don't
like,
see
"Can I
it.
see your ID?" And you're like,
yes, literally. But yeah, I've had that wallet for years and years, and I'll never get rid of it.
I usually get a new wallet. My wife usually gets
Just-
a new wallet. For my
Just
birthday.
so if I do get robbed, and they sit there and they're like, "What wallet's yours?" I'll be like, "The one that says bad motherfucker," just like Samuel Jackson in the movie Pulp Fiction. Quentin Tarantino is my favorite director.
How did you like his podcast with Joe?
Oh, it was great. Okay, so I like him as a director. As a person, he's a little weird. He's not the best dude to just.
He was on another, and I'll give you another one to listen to. He did the WTF podcast, and there's no video or anything like that. It's
Who's-
just, I don't remember the guy that does it, but they've had like Joe Rogan on. They've had like everybody on that, and he was on
Okay.
there too. So that's another one for you to listen to. But
Right on, right on. Yeah, like I said, he's awesome at making movies, and I'm sad that he's almost done. I think the only one I haven't seen from him is Jackie Brown. Every other, yeah, it's like I think it's his second or something. I don't know.
what was this
Jackie
first
Brown.
movie?
First movie was Reservoir Dogs, and yeah, that's a really good movie too. I have like the collector's edition where it's like in a tin can, like gas can. Have you
Yeah.
seen that movie?
No.
God damn it, dude.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I talked to you.
I don't know either. I don't know why the fuck we're sitting here doing this shit. I mean, I guess it's just our love for podcast. I guess we're like, fuck it, let's try to be rich while we're sitting here talking shit to
let's. I mean, you got that 5 gifted.
each other. 5 gifted coming right back at you. We're gonna split it. You get $1.
125. You owe me $2 anyway, motherfucker.
Oh shit, that's right.
No, yeah, Quentin Tarantino is my favorite movie maker, director. Let's see. Okay, so Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Inglourious Bastards. Have you seen that one?
I have seen that.
Okay, thank
The one
God,
scene
you've
that
seen
sticks
one.
out to me the most is where the one dude is banging that one chick and he's making like the pig noise. And he's doing that. Like, that's the funny. And that dude's a good actor. I've seen him in other movies, but that sticks out to me so much. It was so funny.
Yeah. What else? Oh, the Kill Bill movies. Both of those.
Of course.
Of course. Hateful Eight.
Seen it.
Death Proof.
Nope.
Oh, good movie. Good fucking movie.
Hateful Eight's the one with
It's got Kurt Russell and
Kurt
he
Russell, Samuel L. Jackson. Or no. Are you talking Hateful Eight or Death Proof?
Death Proof.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's Kurt Russell and I think Rosario Dawson. Is that her name?
Yeah, Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, she's in there. And a couple other girls, I don't know their names. And basically the girls end up trying to get murdered by Kurt Russell with his stunt car, because they make the stunt cars and they call it Death Proof because they modify it to where they take like the passenger seat out and all that bullshit. And it's good. It's good as fuck. But I don't even know where you can find it at. I think I bought it off Amazon.
So you read a lot of audiobooks, yeah?
I do.
Tell me about the one. Tell me about the one that you were talking about at work. Tell everybody that's listening.
There's a couple books. Oh god damn it. S.A. Cosby. He wrote god damn it.
Death?
Blacktop Wasteland. And because I can't even remember what I was talking to you about
you were talking
other
about
week.
the death one where they could, when they died, they would leave the simulation. It's the simulation book.
Oh yeah, where like they thought it. What was that called? Play Dead.
Play Dead. Yeah.
Yeah, like they basically, it was like a murder mystery, and it turned into like everything's a simulation, and then if you die, you wake up in like apparently what actually is going on, and it was such a mind bending. I can't even explain it. Why did you bring this up?
Because I just.
No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. But no, it was very interesting. But I got into one called Blacktop Wasteland, and it's called by S.A. Cosby, and it's about it's like a John Wicky, like almost like his books are all like this old mafia, used to be in the mafia, and then they got out of the game and something happened and they had to come back and fuck everything up type of book, and those are really good. And apparently he has deals with like Paramount and stuff where he's like getting ready to make them into movies because they are brand new books, and he already has like a deal on series. No, he's got, I think he has 3 books out. They're not connected in any way.
But basically,
other than like the locations, yeah. I've read that one, and there was another one I read before, listened to. I don't know why I said read. I don't read.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. He just can't read. I mean, he just listens to it.
I can't. No, I couldn't even read my shirt. I had to like.
Yeah.
I bought it, and I was like, wait, I don't know what this says. So it looks good though.
I just saw sex and I was like, sold. So.
What are the podcasts you listen to? Like you listen to everything, right?
I am. Somebody in my chat wants to know who wrote the book Play Dead.
Play Dead. I'd actually have to. I'll look it up. Let me get on my my library.
Podcast. Sorry, some random chick just not random, but some girl just followed me on Instagram. I love. I listen to either military or comedy podcast. I don't know what I'd classify Joe Rogan as, but I guess Joe Rogan would be his own entity. I listen to Andy Stumpf. He's a former U.S. Navy SEAL. He talks to other people. I highly recommend his podcast. Jocko Willink, again, a U.S. Navy SEAL, and he talks to everybody. My favorite ones, he talks to people from like Vietnam, talk about the shit that they go through. I listen to Joe Rogan. I listen to the ones you got me hooked on, which are Hey Babe and Taste Buds.
Taste Buds.
And then I listen to, okay, I'm just going to name off. Cleared Hot, Andy Stumpf, Jocko Podcast by Jocko Willink, Joe Rogan, Hey Babe, Taste Buds, Tiger Belly, Bad Friends. That might be it off the top of my head. And I listen to all 7 of those. It's all I listen to every day. I've actually listened to them so much. I'm all caught up on all of my podcasts, and I run out of things to listen. Oh, I listened to 2 more. One is called the Concrete Podcast, and it's spelled with a K, like K-O-N, Crete. And I think I'm sorry, I listened to more than them. He talks to like notorious criminals. Same with a guy named Sean Atwood. His podcast, he's a UK guy, but he was one of the largest ecstasy dealers for the United States. And then he talks to criminals. And then I also listen to Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson, Steve-O's Wild Ride, and... Oops.
Damn.
Yeah, that I don't listen to music at work. Like, no audiobooks or nothing. I just put on podcast and I just fucking let it rip. And I just feel like I've learned...
That is the absolute best thing about where we work.
Absolutely.
Is we can literally just have one butt in and just listen to whatever all day. And that's the only reason I don't listen to podcasts. I don't listen to audiobooks outside of work at all.
No.
I will only do it at work. And I've got, okay. So by the way, to answer that question, it is Play Dead by Ted Decker. It's good. At first, I was like, when I first kind of got weird, I was like, this is just too much. But I finished it. It's a good book. Check it out if you like the whole idea of that stuff. And then the 2 by S.A. Cosby, it was Blacktop Wasteland. I said that, and then Razorblade Tears, and that one is about a gay couple that get murdered, and their dads who were both ex-cons and whatever, but one was African American, one is white, and like kind of like in that I wouldn't say racist, but like
prejudiced,
I guess, in a way, like, and they kind of have to work together to get the shit done, and they become best friends and they fuck shit up, and it's
that
gory.
sounds pretty good. Can you text me that one? I might listen to that one.
Okay.
Chance.
Well, I gave you a couple, and you were like, "Oh, maybe I will." And then,
that's why I said text me, because I
will like 30 seconds of it.
In like another 30 seconds, I'll forget everything we talked about. But do you believe that we are it? Okay, 3 questions. 1, do you believe in ghosts or the paranormal?
Okay. That's such a... Because at the same time, I like the idea of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to believe it, the shit, but I don't think there is. I don't think so. I think once you're fucking dead, you're dead. And, but at the same time, I've seen shit, I've heard shit, either it's on TV or if it's in my real life. Okay, so like my biggest one where I've, like, to this day, like, can see it in my head, like, I vividly had seen this. It was like middle of the night one night, and we were talking. My grandpa, I've never seen in my life. He died in a fire before I was born, and yeah, it was horrible. But so we were sitting there, and it was late, It was me and my mom, and I was a kid. I remember I was a kid, and I remember we were just sitting there. We were talking about him. Like I was just asking questions about him, and all of a sudden, there's literally a silhouette of a dude in our like front door window, and it was like you see shoulders, head, and then you see like a hat, and it was just sitting there for like a good 4 or 5 seconds before I was staring at it. And I was like, wow, what is someone at the door? She looked and she was like, and then she kind of went off into like, that's my dad type of thing. So it was weird.
She
It
saw it
was a
too.
weird. Oh yes, no. She looked over, she seen it, and she started getting all teary, and she's like, "That's the hat he always wore," and yeah. So it was
What the
weird.
fuck?
It was weird. It was definitely weird. So I've noticed some shit, in my life. So I mean, I don't know, but at the same time, see, here's the thing: I believe in the paranormal. I do not believe in any of those fucking ghost hunting shows that they fucking
Oh
make.
no, yeah.
They're absolute garbage.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
not fucking believe
That's
any of
very
that
good
shit.
editing. Like
It's
when I was younger, but I wasn't young. I was a teenager, like senior. No, I was in high school, like 9, 10, 11th, 12th grade, one of those two. And I was laying in bed, and I was laying on my left side. And when I was laying on my left side, I could look out of my room, out the door, straight down the hallway. And I wasn't but 6 foot from my bed to my door, and right outside my door, like here is my door, here is the front door. So like I could walk out of my room, U-turn it, and go out the front door. I was laying in my bed looking out, and I was just laying there, and to this day I remember I saw something come from, like, if I'm laying down on my left side, he would come from my right and continue to pass by. Came from my right, full Vietnam gear, the hat, medals, everything, clear as day, white male, clean shaven, probably 25, and he walked in front of my door, stopped, army turned towards me, looked me dead in the eyes, clicked his boot, turned back to his right, which was me to the left, and walked straight. The only thing there is a wall. There's nothing there. No door open, and we had the alarm, so when you open the door, it goes beep beep, front door, like that type of thing.
Oh,
Nothing.
yeah.
Nothing. I got up, walked out there, nothing was there.
oh shit.
Never
That
seen
made
this
me
guy.
all shivery.
Yeah, never seen this guy in my life. My grandfather was in the Vietnam War. However, he was alive at this time. Like, so it wasn't him. I don't know, and that's the last time I seen that individual. And then
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, there's definitely been times, and
another time, me and my brother were younger, playing in the bedroom. We were probably playing video games or something like that, and our fan turned on, like a little box fan. The fan was unplugged, and it turned on. Yeah,
like full on,
like speed 3, like that motherfucker was kicking and going, and we just looked at each other, and I picked up the cord,
Oh,
and it was
shit.
just unplugged.
no shit.
Yeah,
That's
it was.
You were on acid.
I was very, very young.
He was like 5 years old. What's the square?
Yeah. No, I wasn't that young. But aliens
think-
next. Aliens.
Aliens. Oh yeah, aliens are fucking real.
Oh yeah.
Pentagon said it, bro.
Yeah. Technically, they didn't. Technically, they
They're
still
like,
said there's
they're like,
stuff.
there's
we just
shit out there
what
we
it
don't
is."
know about.
Yeah. But like, we just don't know what it is. I'm like, no shit.
Yeah.
What do you think Area 51 is? Do you think it's what everybody's led to believe it is, or do you think it's just secret military operations, or both?
No, I think it's mostly just the like, I think it's shit that they're working on that they don't want people to know about, like military wise, and
Yeah.
I mean that's probably explains a lot of the UFO fucking sightings too. They're just shit that they're testing out.
So,
I don't think that if the aliens are real, right? I don't think that they've come close to us yet. I don't think there's been UFOs and shit like that. I think that shit's been.
I need
There's a
you.
cut.
I need you to listen to the podcast with Joe Rogan and Commander David Fravor.
Okay.
Because
David Fravor.
David
Okay.
Fravor, because he is an ex Air Force pilot.
Is it the
And
one where they talk about like
The Tic Tac.
he was, huh?
the Tic Tac is what they called it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Where
Okay.
they were
yeah,
flying
yeah.
behind it and it dropped from 1,000 something feet to
To,
1
like,
foot above sea
nothing.
level in like 2 seconds.
And there's nothing that
No
can, yeah,
propulsion,
okay.
no nothing. And then it zoomed off. And then it went to where they were going. Like it knew where they were going. So
So what do you think they're doing? They're just checking us out. They're like, what's this shit about? These fools are stupid.
a lot of people
They're
are
on
thinking,
TikTok.
a lot of people are thinking that they're like that they've been around, like back to the ancient times. Like
Like some of us are them, right?
I don't know about Elon Musk, yes, but and probably Jeff Bezos,
Sure.
but for sure, but like there's like if you go look and you look back at the old like hieroglyphs and stuff like that, they have stuff carved in stone depicting this. And then it also brings to the light, and I hope if you guys are religious, I'm personally not. Like I believe that there's something, but I don't know what that something is. Dan, you?
Same, literally the same.
Same.
Like I would have said the same words.
So if you go back to the Bible, which is old ancient Hebrew, right? The translation that we have is from the King Erickson, blah 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 blah, whatever he is, King Dickhead, whatever his name is, I don't know. They said that at that time nobody could really translate the ancient Hebrew. It's just kind of like, yeah, ASDFJKL semicolon. Oh, well, that means Jesus Christ and he was white, like that type of thing. Like they just guessed, right?
Yeah.
So what they thought is that everything that's like a guy who was a priest or some type of religious figure tore apart the Bible and matched it up with psychedelics. And if you look into the Bible, a lot of things that they are talking about is what you would experience on MDNA or DMT, like all of that, and all that type of stuff, like the burning bush. Something about like they saw Jesus carrying something, blah 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 blah, and then they translated it back to aliens. That if they saw this and wrote it down, they would see that it was a life support system that an alien could have. So they just like tore it all apart and it completely blew my mind. So like that type of thing.
Damn. But yeah, it does say, like, I've heard plenty of things to say basically whoever wrote the Bible was high as fuck.
Yeah.
They were just like, write this down, man. This shit's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. So so another thing is that like they think that aliens are here, and what we are to them is experimental subjects. Like they are like,
oh fuck.
They are like, let's see what these fuckers do in this little tiny globe. Let's see what they do. And apparently like every time that like ever since we split the atom and made the first big bomb and blew up Nagasaki and Hiroshima and stuff like that, nothing else has happened since then, right? So they're believing that not only are people playing, like doing their jobs, but they believe something else is pulling the strings, because they're like, well, we don't want everybody to kill each other, because that's probably the next way that everybody here is going to die. It's probably us going, my dick is bigger than yours, let's find out. And everybody's just going to push their buttons and everybody's going to die. So they think that aliens are watching over us to just make sure we don't kill each other so we can keep being an experimental thing. Like there's a lot of, I was listening to the podcast the other day, and there was a lot of people throughout different areas coming up with the same story, and one of them was for location sakes, let's say Africa, and it was a school full of kids, and they witnessed something actually land, take somebody, and book out. And they were young enough to where they weren't just make it up, like they haven't been taught about making shit up for media attention. So I don't know. I truly believe aliens are real. I truly believe that they're here, but I don't think that they're here living among us, aside from Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. I don't think that they're living here beside us. I think that they're above watching, because there are, again, another podcast. There was a guy who went to work for the CIA, and he walked into a room to get security clearance because he was getting promoted or whatever it was. And he walked in there, and before he got a security clearance, a dude was sitting in the room, and he was like, "Yo, you want to see something cool?" And he walked over, and they were like, "No one has ever seen the dark side of the moon." So everybody here in chat, you think, have you ever seen or heard of the dark side of the moon aside from the Transformers movie? You really haven't. So what this guy did was like, we have satellite pictures of this, and nothing's ever been released, right? No one has ever released it anywhere, dark side of the moon, whatever. He said there's buildings and structures on the dark side of the moon that are not man-made. And he was like, here's the pictures. And he showed him the pictures.
Wait, you could see them? They're dark.
This is the type of shit I deal with at work, guys. This is the fucking type of shit I deal with.
Like, so you can't see that shit?
Yeah. You see.
What, you got a flashlight?
I'm not drunk enough for your shit, man.
No, okay, you say aliens aren't here yet, or whatever you said.
I don't.
Aliens aren't living with us.
I talk about.
What do you think is going to happen if and when they do? You think it's going to be like District 9 shit? You see that movie, right?
Yeah. No.
You think it's going to get all fucking like, we're just going to put them in a box and be like, okay, just live here and leave us alone?
I think that
Or you
governments.
think they're going to...
I think that governments collectively know that they're here. Like,
Oh, they know some shit.
they have to, and
That's
I
for
think
sure.
that they have. I don't want to like. This is just like the dumb me talking. I think that they have some sort of agreement not to say things, like
Yeah, that's why they
like,
get all those
because
bonuses.
what do you really think if people are like, the aliens are coming? The people as a whole are not ready for that. Like, we can't even handle living next to a person of our opposite color, let alone knowing that something from another world is coming to like visit us. Like, could you imagine?
Yeah.
Be like, you don't belong here. Get back to. You're just aliens. Get out. You know, you're gonna take our jobs. Like, that's what people are gonna be like. Like that type of thing. Hey, yo, I have heard of Sumerians, but it's not really ringing my bell. Like, I feel like something dumb like that would be like, yeah, goddamn, yeah, exactly that. Like, heritage, not hate. You know, like that.
Go get,
Yeah.
go get.
Yeah, go on, get off my yard with a shotgun. They're like, plasma ray, and then they disintegrate you. But, you know, like, I believe they're aliens. I believe that they're here, but I also believe that they're just being a helicopter parent. They're not actually involved.
Yeah, but what about like all the shit like in the ocean that we don't even know about?
100% there's stuff down there.
Yeah, like that.
They were
That's
even
aliens
talking
right
about
there.
Atlantis in the podcast I was listening to, that the aliens are a part of Atlantis and they developed a way to live underwater, and that's why they're down there. Did you know that in the North and South Pole, there are no satellites allowed to fly over North and South Pole, and you cannot enter certain areas, and there's a wall of ice? Did you
Yeah,
know
they
that?
don't. The Earth is flat too, and
If you believe the Earth is flat, get out.
I do not. Not even close.
did you know
Yeah, no, yeah, I've heard. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't see it physically myself, but I heard.
I wonder if that's why everybody's freaking out about, oh, the ice is melting. You know, like, you know.
Maybe.
Could be, you know. Did you hear about
Oh.
Russia is, what is it, 70% of their ice, there's a word for it, the ice something is melting because they're experiencing, that's the hottest it's ever been, and they're losing all of their ice.
Was it like
I read about that on-
33 degrees instead of 32?
Ice caps. The ice caps are melting in Russia.
Okay. No, I didn't hear that. 70%? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they've already lost 70%. You could
So
see-
what so are they just flooded out then?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that.
I don't know shit about Russia.
Yeah, Putin's pretty badass, but he really is. That motherfucker don't care about shit.
Ugh.
We
No
no politics. We ain't
fucks.
gonna talk. I mean, we can talk politics, but
I prefer not to. I don't know anything about politics.
turn my mic up. I physically, guys. This
Yeah,
shitty
they-
mixer that I have right here, this knob, look, all the way up. It's all it goes.
See, like his levels are fine for me. Like it's hurting my ears when he goes like this. Boop, 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 boop. So
Here, I'll turn my gain
y'all
up.
better fucking deal with it.
There's my
joking.
gain. I turned my gain up, so it might be a little bit louder for you guys. There was a question I was gonna ask you, but I forgot what it was. You're fine to me. Zayel, I think it's you, buddy. See, now it's probably gonna be louder for you guys, but whatever. We'll turn it back down a little bit. I forgot I was gonna ask you. There was gonna be another question.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for it, and you just fucking sitting
Well,
there.
they couldn't tell. They told me they couldn't hear me. So,
Mm.
what's something else, man? Tell me something you believe in that not a lot of people might believe in.
Believe. That ain't shit, dude. I just live my life. Come on now.
Turning it one wrench at a time, right? Just
What? Believing that a lot of people don't believe in. I don't even know how to go through that question.
okay.
Like
what is one
monsters?
conspiracy theory that you believe in?
I'm not. Oh my god.
Are you
I
a
don't.
conspiracy
I don't even know a
theorist?
bunch of them. I don't know.
I think Tupac's still alive.
You think Tupac is still alive?
Yeah. I think. Tupac's
Okay.
alive. Biggie's dead.
Explain.
He's gone, but but I think Tupac's alive. I also think that Michael Jackson is alive too.
Really?
Yeah.
Like dead ass.
I'm swear to God,
Explain.
or whatever lives.
Just
I
sit there and
just-
say he's still alive. Done.
I can't explain why. But like I've like
That's
listened,
why I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
like
'cause
I've just
everybody
listened.
says that shit.
I've listened to too many things, and like I just believe that they are alive. Like I've listened, like I've dove deep into like everything, like the Tupac things that like he's listed. Like same thing with Lil Uzi Vert. Apparently, let me do this again. Do you believe in the Illuminati?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That shit's real.
that shit's real. Do you believe in cloning of people that don't follow your agenda?
What do you mean by that? Cloning? Like just straight up cloning?
Look-alike type thing. I want you to look up a picture of Gucci Mane from 2009 to 2020.
Oh, you're talking about like, oh yeah. I know what you're talking
Look
about.
up a picture.
All right, hold on.
They claimed that Gucci went to jail, but when he came out, he was looking like better. I don't really know how to say it. Like it got his fucking he got his-
Gucci Mane from what to what? To what?
2009 to like now. That's above your pay grade? What's above your pay grade? Give me some conspiracy theory, guys. Everybody in chat that's listening, tell me a conspiracy theory that you may believe in.
Yeah, I don't see shit about what you're trying to talk about. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm sorry, man.
I'll pull it up.
I'm one of those old guys.
The Titanic didn't sink. I believe that too. I believe the real Titanic. I believe that is a fake. Wait, are you talking about the whole ass Titanic? Because I heard about the conspiracy theory about the guy who designed it, knew it was going to sink, and didn't go. So I heard about the guy. I heard the Titanic did sink, but it wasn't really called the Titanic. And the guy who designed it was supposed to go, but canceled his trip. But guess who was on the trip? All of his competitors for his business, and they all died.
Oh yeah, that shit was at like the fucking Titanic the museum in Flint when they did the
The Sloan
Titanic
Museum?
thing. They did a Titanic I guess of it. I went there and they were talking shit like that. That's crazy. That's fucking nuts. 9/11. What do you think about that? 9/11 was an inside job.
I believe it. I believe it as well. I believe that
Yeah.
we went
That's
to
hard.
war for
That's
resources.
a hard one. Yeah. Oh, I
Okay.
mean, that's not even a theory. That's
Okay,
for
so
sure.
this is Gucci Man from like way back in the day. And if you pull up my stream, you'll be able to see it. Okay.
All right, hold on. Okay, yeah.
Okay. This is Gucci now. Look at him then. Like, I believe in weight loss and some plastic surgery,
Huh.
but I don't believe, like, not for a minute. Like that type of thing.
Wow. How many years from apart is that?
Less than 10. Nah. Yeah, about 10.
Wow.
And he went to prison for a lot of it. Same thing. Do you believe that Epstein killed himself?
No,
Neither do I.
he did not.
He did not kill himself. Did you?
He was chilling on an island, though.
Yeah, they all were. They all were.
Yeah.
Do you believe that? Okay. Do you believe in the Tom Hanks, Oprah Winfrey, and Ellen DeGeneres conspiracy?
What the fuck is that?
That they were all involved in the sex trafficking ring and that they kill babies to drink their blood because they are full of. Listen, Justin Bieber came out with it. Justin Bieber came out with it. And why do you think he's been so fucked up recently? So they have young kids, and when you are young, you have I don't want to say toxin, but an enzyme in your body for like growing and stuff like that. That supremacists believe if they ingest it, it'll keep them young. So a lot of people came out about it. Justin Bieber came out with a whole last story in an interview saying that when he was making his breakthrough, becoming an adult, he went into a room full of board members and there was a literal child on the table. And they asked him if he wanted to be involved. The Ellen DeGeneres, Tom Hanks, and Oprah Winfrey thing, if you Google them about they were believed to be secretly indicted on charges for sex trafficking or child trafficking or any of the above. Same thing with Howie Mandel. Because if you guys look at Howie's TikToks before like the shows again came out, like the America's Got Talent, whatever he's on, they believe that he was under house arrest. Same thing with Tom Hanks, which is why when the COVID thing first started, he could not leave Greece or where he was from. Yeah, go ahead, do what you gotta do, Dan. I'll talk to chat. They believe.
Good. I'm listening.
Okay, everybody thought like when they were taking pictures of him, he had a bulge on his ankle for an ankle bracelet. Same thing with Oprah Winfrey and Ellen DeGeneres, and you guys can look the pictures up because they're there. They believe that he chose not to come back to the United States because as soon as he did, he would be apprehended and indicted. And he faked being sick in Greece so he would stay there. And all of this is, you guys can look it all up. Like, you guys can, or whatever it is on your, whatever you guys want to. But that, like, I wholeheartedly believe that, like, does anybody truly think that millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of kids go missing each year and no one ever can find any of them? No. Like, there's too many people that go missing and just disappear. Look up how many people go missing in state parks, and it's going to blow your fucking mind.
State parks? How many? You said millions and millions?
Not just the state
You
parks.
got me fucked up right now.
I will. I fucking go ahead. I'll wait. How many people go missing in state parks? That stat is wrong. I'm not. You don't have to fact check me.
Fact check me. Yeah, this is pretty. This is not an official like.
Yeah, I'm not.
We are not doctors.
Yes, I am not. I am not intelligent in any way either. But I'm just going off of what I hear. I am relaying information of what I hear to you guys, somewhat exaggerated with numbers, but not things that are true. So I will leave you guys to do your own fact checking if you're interested in what we're talking about. But
it is a conspiracy.
It is a conspiracy
theory.
I don't need Papa Luca coming in here going. I'm giving you stats. You stated you can look up numbers. I'm not saying that millions of people are going missing every year. I'm just saying a lot of fucking people go missing, and how can you explain it? That type of thing. So, yeah, stop ruining the fun, bitch.
Have you seen Man on Fire?
With Denzel
That
Washington?
explains. Oh yeah, that explains a lot of kidnappings and why they don't go missing.
I believe Bigfoot was real, but I don't think he's real.
Wait, what happened to him?
He died.
What about Harry and the Hendersons?
I believe Bigfoot was real. I believe that there was some sort of humanoid that was that big at one time, but I don't think he's here anymore.
I think he was that Harry though. because there's that one, what is it, Chinese dude that stands next to Shaq? That's
Yao
Bigfoot.
Ming.
Is it? It probably is. That's Bigfoot.
He died.
Did he really? R.I.P.
I think that there are a few different links in the evolutionary chain that are missing. So are you saying that you believe that we were created by a Big Bang and we evolved, or do you saying that God was like, you know what, let's make this guy look really fucked up because I have an amazing sense of humor? Bigfoot being one of them. I do believe that there are things. The world is too big, and there are too many unexplained things for like. That's why I like.
Yeah, there's so many things that's just like there's no answers to, and everybody's just like, this happened,
Jesus.
and then another person's like, this happened, and then it just turns into this. Nobody fucking knows.
That's what, like. I get beliefs, and I am all for beliefs. Like, you believe something, you stand by it wholeheartedly. Like, don't let anybody ever take that away from you. Like, that's your
yeah,
right
sure.
as a living, breathing person.
Hey,
thing you
Denver's
identify.
I hear you.
Like that you identify with, but to just believe that one man created everything, because to me that leads me back to the question: what came first, the chicken or the egg? So if one thing created us, who created that thing? You can't answer that.
No,
You know.
says the egg. He answered it.
Oh shit! We're
That's
all
big
descended
brains.
from an egg. We evolved from an egg,
Big
and
brain
that's hey,
right
babe.
Oh damn! Can't answer it. He answered. That motherfucker.
Yeah.
He knows what's up.
Yeah, that's the smart man right there. That's a Google lawyer. Eggs can't come from many different animals. Chickens only come from an egg. I personally came from a meat bag. Yeah, it's called a nutsack. Some of these crazy theories were real. Yeah. Are you talking about the ones we're talking about, or the ones you just listened to, or like you know of? I truly believe that the Titanic didn't sink. I believe it was replaced with a sister ship. I believe that wholeheartedly. Kyle, I miss you too. I know you saw that. I don't believe Bigfoot is real. I believe he was real. 9/11 inside job. I believe that as well.
Moon
what about
landing.
the moon landing?
That is.
I think it's fake.
Oh yeah. There now that one has too much fucking evidence against.
Yeah.
Like straight up.
Yeah.
When you have a flag flying in the fucking space, you're like, yeah, that's real.
I mean, you heard about the guys getting killed off from the moon landing, right? They were going to speak out about it, and the only ones left is Buzz Aldrin or whatever his name is, because he's still
No
going along with the
shit.
plan.
Oh damn.
CIA testing LSD. MK Ultra. Absolutely agree. It is a definitely real thing because they were testing on Charlie Manson, and that's why he killed everybody.
Yeah.
I believe that. Absolutely.
There it is. Hey,
And that's hey,
Quentin.
babe.
Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
That made me go fucking deep into Charlie Manson's shit, dude. Because actually, I listened to the book because that one gets way more into Charlie Manson shit. The movie just skips over it and fucking kind of
Yeah.
pissed me off about it. But yeah, that I read the book or listened to the book, and I literally was like looking up shit with like Charles Manson, his whole cult, his fucking that shit's nuts. And also, that guy's just crazy to begin with.
So there's a report somebody just brought up about Santa Claus. There's a report that in the old days before there was a Santa Claus, there were Christmas cards. Christmas as a Christian holiday, and it was going out. If you look at old Christmas cards, there is a plant on those Christmas cards. That plant is mushrooms. So, what people believe, Santa Claus, I gotta say it low because the kids, Santa Claus never existed. Clearly. I mean, fucking clearly. But they believed that people made all of this stuff up, including the elves, because they were zooted on fucking shrooms. So if you look at
Yeah,
little
I
Christmas
mean-
cards, they have stuff that looks just like the mushrooms.
That's how that's how I feel about a lot of things religious wise that are. I'm not trying to talk shit on anybody.
No,
that's religious
yeah,
or
yeah,
anything.
absolutely.
But like, if you hear the stories and the scriptures and this and that and the other, you're just like, I used to smoke weed. Yeah, I had shit like that. I'm like, man, what if like I was in a lion's den for 3 days and I like read that shit, man? You know, like, I don't know. I feel bad now because I'm talking so much shit about it, but it's just hard.
I'm with you 100%. I believe that a lot of things that people have their faith and believe in was because of drugs. And I truly believe that the world would be a better place if all drugs were made legal and everybody just kind of got high together and did.
Yeah,
and
isn't
did-
that
and
like a thing
microdosed.
where like
What-
if you take the drugs, that's what that the whole simulation thing where like if you take the drugs, that kind of tells you what it's actually going on.
I know people.
I don't know.
So I listened to a podcast the other day.
Wait,
Jocko
what?
Willink. Okay, there was a female on his podcast, and she was in the Canadian Armed Services. And when Canada deployed their people to Iraq and Afghanistan, she was 19 years old and watched one of her comrade people get blown up, and a bunch of her friends died. She had a mental breakdown and was medically released from the military. She was thinking about committing suicide. She was thinking about this, just really dark shit. She went to Colombia or somewhere and had the DMT with a shaman. When I listen, I really suggest people listen to this interview because it will fuck you up. And I'm going to butcher her interview by saying what I said, but I believe I'm going to tell you what she said, half-assed. She took her trip, and when she stepped outside of herself, I guess you could say astral projection, she was taken to her friends that died. Every single one of them. And it was, they said to her, and she remembers clearly, "We're not dead. We are right here. We are watching you. We see what you're doing." They were like, "We know you're thinking about taking your life, and it is not your time." They were like, "You're not supposed to be here. I am supposed to be here." And they were like, each going. There was like 4 of them. They were like, "We are supposed to be here." And she said that it was like so real because the one dude was drinking a can of Coke, and that's all he ever drank. Like they touched her. She could feel their touch. Like they were like, "You cannot be here. You just had a son, a family. You got this going on. It is not your time." And they were like, "It's almost time for you to go, leave this area." Like you said, like the simulation, they're like, "It's almost time for you to leave, but just know it's not your time." And then they were like, "All right, it's time for you to go." And they all turned around and started walking away. And as immediately as she went to go reach out, she was so brought back by the shaman person and was like given water and everything she needed to do. Like, I believe that if everybody had that experience of microdosing mushrooms and the psychedelic things that people really need, like I want to so bad, but they're saying if you need to go in these trips with a clear head, like if you go in with anger, doubt, anxiety, any of that type of thing, like if you go in with any weight on your heart, like you are going to have a bad trip. And I think this every day, like I can't do that because I feel anger towards one person in my life, like to this day, and it's my father. Like I hate my father because and I'm gonna get deep, and I apologize, guys. We're gonna get out of it soon, but like I know the person, if I have this trip, that I'm gonna see is my father, because when he passed, I never got to say goodbye to him. I never got to be there with him when he passed away because he was in Tennessee. I didn't get to tell him that I loved him for the final time. I got to do it over FaceTime, but I know that when I see him, all it is going to be is anger, because you left me, you left my mother, you left my brother, you left your grandkids. Because you decided that you were going to smoke cigarettes your entire life instead of stopping when I asked you to 17 years ago. Like that I think about that every single day. So if I go to a shaman and I go to have an acid trip or any type of trip that I'm going to have, and I know I'm thinking I'm going to see somebody, I know it's going to be my father, and I don't think that I would personally be ready for what's going to happen when I come out of that trip. I don't know if it's going to make me feel resentment towards my mother. I don't know if it's going to make me resentment towards my family that I have here, my wife, for even though it was my idea to move back to Michigan, for her going along with it, or would I be resentment towards my mother-in-law who had us all move to Tennessee in the first place and then move back? Like, I don't know what type of resentment I would feel. So it's scared. I'm scared for it. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I can see how that's...
I'm
right.
sweating my ass off.
Okay. Yeah, it's like
I'm
doing
listening.
stuff like that. That always puts me into anxiety anyways. Like just thinking about doing something like that, knowing that I'm going to trip and see some shit. But even I've heard a lot of stories about people taking it and having that kind of anger with people, and yeah, it's hell to go through, but like they always say they don't regret doing it because it really fucking, I don't know, like I guess they get to push through it. Like it's really hard to explain. I've never done it.
It probably answers a lot of questions for them. You know, they probably feel like, do I feel this way or do I not feel this way? And then when they hit that trip, they're like, I don't feel this way. I got all my stuff out. Or even if they were able to talk, closure, perfect example or a perfect answer, a closure, a closure aspect on it. So
exactly, yeah. But yeah, I don't even know where you would go. Like you gotta go to a shaman and stuff. And
I don't think you could do it in the United States because clearly it's illegal.
No, yeah.
So
this stuff is crazy though. Like I've heard so many different stories about that, and every one of them is just like it literally is going through hell. And no matter what, even if you have a clear mind, it's the deepest like anger and deepest sadness and it just surfaces and you just deal with it and you live through it, and then when you get out you're just so fucking happy that you're alive and that you're here, and that's the thing, man. That's what, like, circling back to that fucking book, the Play Dead book.
Yeah,
it's like that's what happens basically. This lady gets transcended but she didn't die. So what it is you die and then you get out of the simulation. Well, she didn't die. She figured out how to get out of it. And it was basically like going and taking DMT. She sees what's really going on. She sees her actual family, and then they're like, hey, you can either go back into that or you can keep doing this. But if you keep doing this and don't go back into that, this shit's going to happen and blah, blah, blah. And it's trippy as fuck. And you're just like, sitting there going, oh my god, what if that's all it is, man? Like what if we like whatever we die from and we just literally wake up and we're like, oh, that was like an hour of our time, cool, all right, I'll be back tomorrow. And then when you do it again, it's just a whole nother life. You just go from when you're born until you die, but you do not have any conscious knowing of what's actually going on. It's weird. It's such a weird concept. And it makes you feel high just fucking thinking about it. You're just like, I'm not even sober and I feel like I'm higher than a kite.
Yeah. So, what do you think, man? I think that's a good place to end it?
It is a good place. That was Anything Goes, man. We got
Anything
fucking
Goes.
deep.
Episode
We got
deep,
silly.
Man.
I like it. Yeah, I mean, I got deep shit too, so we'll end up doing it eventually.
Yeah. So
yeah.
All right, guys. Listen. Dan here. He's my coworker. I'm not gonna call him buddy because he's a piece of shit.
No, we're brothers. You didn't know that?
Yeah, we look exactly.
This is my actual brother.
Yes. So we're gonna be doing this. He bought a camera for this. When I get this figured out and my 2 mic system and stuff like that, we're gonna do some in person.
I have this is what I want to say. We've been talking about doing this for how many weeks? How long have we been?
About 2 or 3
April 17th.
April 17th.
2 p.m.
at 1:35 p.m. on a Tuesday.
We were like, hey,
Let's do a podcast.
let's do this. And I was like, oh man, we should do it in person. And every week, I don't know how those mics work. I sent him a fucking step-by-step how-to and said, hey, you want me to come over and help? Nah, man. And every time, I don't know. He literally.
All right, guys. So
finally
that's been the
admitted-
first episode of
he
Anything
literally
Goes.
finally admitted. He's like, I just gotta stop being lazy. And I was like, well, I got a
if you guys-
webcam, so
if-
fuck it.
If you guys like it. This is gonna be uploaded to YouTube. I'm gonna probably do it tomorrow before I go pick up my ma from the airport. I will be inactive for the next week. Not inactive, but less active because
You
my mom's
better
gonna be
be
here.
inactive.
But my mom's gonna be here. You know. so
Yes, please be inactive.
just go ahead and mute you. Real
Spend
quick.
time with your mama.
Can I mute you? I can't mute you.
No, don't mute me.
So
What do you got plans? We're not even done yet. Fuck this. You got plans? What do you got going on?
I'm gonna go make some more drinks. I'm gonna play Call of Duty.
You're gonna? No, I'm talking about with your mother.
No,
You're gonna
no.
pick
So
her up tomorrow.
my daughter's birthday party is Saturday, and it has been a ritual that every year my parents come for her birthday, so that's why she's coming. And then she has not seen the kids in 7-ish months, probably before my dad. No, since I went to Disney in April.
Okay.
So she's not seen them since then, so she's gonna come here and stay the week with the kids. So I mean, I haven't seen her either, so I'm not going to be on my PC as much. I'm going to be spending time with her. But she does know that I have a job to do, which is be here with you assholes. So I will definitely be here streaming sometimes, but just not every day like I used to. But if we have a podcast to record, I will record the podcast. So whatever day, again, I have me and
Doing
Luca.
the one on Monday, right?
Yeah, I think it's Monday or Tuesday. We're going to do ours. And we need to think of a title for that one because...
By the way, I did like that. I watched that whole thing. I loved
You
it.
like that one? That was good.
I liked it.
I would literally have a podcast Monday. I'd literally have a podcast with anybody here that wants to have a podcast, and I'm sure Dan would feel the same way. But I like. I'll talk to Dan, see if we want to bring other people into our thruple.
Oh, you know I'm good with it.
So guests,
I can talk shit to anybody.
guests, if you want to come in, we can come in and have talk. We could talk about conspiracy theories.
Just know that I will talk shit.
Yeah, we're all gonna talk shit. I mean, they fucking play video games with me. They know I talk shit.
I know. Just saying.
So
I won't even know your name, and I'll just be like, "You ugly."
whoa, okay.
What? Stop
Okay,
it.
but if you guys are interested, we do require you have a webcam because facial expressions are the best. So, yeah. Anything else? Any closings from you? Any shout out to the sponsors?
Hello Fresh.
Hello Fresh.
Promo code Hello Fresh.
Promo code.
Oh no.
Magic Spoon.
Promo code fucking anything goes. Hashtag anything goes. HelloFresh.com/hello anything goes. I can't do it.
Dan, got anything else?
Imagine
going on?
us getting
Twitch
a fucking
streamer? Yeah,
sponsor.
Dan, do you stream anything?
Shit. No. I got a camera. I got this camera today. I have a mic and everything. I might start. You know
Hey,
what?
I will help you up one day.
Next,
Set it up so if you want.
there you go. You're gonna have to
Gotcha.
help me with this fucking Streamlabs bullshit. I'm an old man. I don't know how to do this stuff. Yeah, but you've been doing this for how long? 10 years? When you were a youngin'?
Yeah, I've been streaming for about 10
I'll
years.
sit here and I'll be like, I don't know how to do the chat. What's the chat? button?
work? Back in my day, get off my 4 scores and 7 years ago.
But yeah, if I ever start, I'll let you guys know. You know, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
guys. Link will be in the
piggyback
description.
off of Levi.
Yeah, and if not, you guys can always come here. So, all right, guys. Podcast is over. I'm gonna go drink and play COD with the boys. Dan, let me know. What you're
I'm about to go eat some fucking lasagna and
some pasta.
probably chill out
All right,
and do not shit.
all right, dude. Fuck you. Have a good day at work tomorrow. Okay.
Fuck you. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Not good
giving
day
me
at work.
that.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. I'll catch you Monday. All right.
All right, bye.
See ya.